Yeah, it's going to be intense, Rich. The cut, it's right there. Oh. We saw some serious disappointment through those elimination round heats for some of our competitors.
Yeah, it was a shame, but you know, this is the game. This is what we do, and it's part of sport. There's always going to be a winner. There's always going to be a lot more losers, and today we're going to be sending people home.
The inside at the moment. Filipe setting himself up for the first ride of the round of 32. Draws off the bottom, up into the section. A former winner here at Margaret River. Looking to claim a second title. He's had some amazing performances out here. Just such an attacking competitor.
Well, got this heat underway. Pretty magnificent way, really. Driving off the top. There's that clean, open rail turn. This one here, though, just, well, it drops about 8 foot down back into the trough, but complete control.
Yeah, I almost thought that he was almost going to pull in at the beginning of that wave. It was kind of looked like he was like, oh, is it going to do it? Is it not going to do it? But he made the right decision. And yeah, just looking at this first carve here, just absolutely laying the board on rail there as he wraps it around back into the pocket. But it's this turn here that, yeah, just get some air under the board here as he's coming back down. And look, just totally airborne as he reconnects with the face of the wave there. And yeah, he did well to negotiate that section.
You know, you look at surf like this just based on what we've seen here in the past, and it's not a big day by Margaret River standard. Everyone's going to be free to really attack these waves with complete freedom and really try and overpower some of these sections.
There might be the odd rogue set, because that does happen at Margaret River. No matter how far out you sit, there's always going to be a deeper one. But here we go, live action.
Well, let's see if Reef can get into this heat the way he surfed the elimination round. It's just not working out for him at the moment. Couple of throwaways, losing his footing. He did have a bit of a scramble. We gave him a bit of time to get reset, but it was a quick turnaround.
If you've got those feelings of missing your family so much, you know, when you're away, the best thing to do is take them with you, and he has the ability to do that, so that's fantastic.
Here goes Reef. A couple of throwaways. A messy start for him, but cleans it up with a good hit on the inside there. Unfortunately, that wave just fades away into deep water. So he's just not kind of able to really kick this heat into gear. And we just know when you're up against someone like Toledo, who's already banked a really good score flick, you know, you're going to really struggle.
And you can actually see the real top echelon of the sport has this power element to their maneuvers that really you have to have if you want to be successful on this tour.
So entering the second half of the opening heat and introducing a couple more competitors to the lineup as Toledo goes after his second score.
We're just having a replay of Filipe's last ride, and it was a bit of a bigger one. Nice open face carve to start, and lining up this inside turn and just looking so strong on his feet there. And just a two-turn wave, but I think it's going to be a pretty good score.
Rich, you see the adjustment from competitors like Filipe when they don't get too much out of that first section. They really aim up to make up for the shortcomings on the last move. As we see something standing up on the outside. And in the overlapping format, you can see that Samuel Pupo and Geordie Smith just have to give way to Filipe, who banked a 6.67 on that second ride. This one's going to take him a little higher, you'd think. Doesn't finish it off, but just a really sharp combination on the outside before the fall.
Wow, just he's starting to warm up, which is danger signs.
7.23 for Toledo. Heazlewood with a whole lot of work to do, chasing a two-wave total of 15. And all that rhythm that he had in the elimination round is just lost at the moment. Big airs, and Toledo behind him. Another big drawn-out slice. He takes that carve so high in the face of the wave that his rivals see often three fins hanging out the back. That's in a carve. So he, as we said earlier, always puts that board right on edge.
Yeah, it's a different pathway sometimes, isn't it? It's not like he's coming at that section horizontally and then cutting down.
Is how creative he is in the maneuver options that he chooses for different sections.
Yeah, it was so many, so much variety
through those carves that sort of gets the attention of the panel each time. Toledo's continued to build here. He had a 7.7 on that last ride. So Reef Heazlewood with a lot of work to do to get himself back in this heat. Does well there. Stamps the finish on that one, but he's going to have to do more work on the outside, because that's where Filipe's kind of dominating him at the moment.
And here he goes again, live action.
Yeah, he's very busy out there at the moment. Again, just digs in, pushes that board right around, knows that one's not going into his top two, but another seriously strong turn. Just under 6 minutes to go here. Reef Heazlewood's running out of time to turn this heat around, and Toledo's not backing down as he extends through that opening carve, leans on the layback jam on that second move, and now floating his way through to the inside. Another solid ride. Does it go into his top two? Maybe not, but he's just looking very freed up, and it's been a confidence-building performance for him. That this guy was going to fall into that category of being one of the best, never to get a world title. He's broken that curse, and he's, I think, with the performances that he's given us over the years, he's just so deserving of that honour.
Yeah, 100%. And
but let's have a look at the work that Reef was able to do on this one.
Oh, that's a better turn there for Reef Heazlewood. So this is exactly what I was talking about. Just finding a wave that cups out and allows you on your backhand to get up into that vertical approach. And gets to the finish, checking the watch quickly. Time is running out, but this was a better wave flick on the backhand, don't you?
Yeah, I love this wave. These first two turns were nice and tight in the pocket, and he'd be feeling it. He knows he's had a couple of falls, a couple of dodgy wave selection.
Throughout the event, at different stages, has been a little late. Yet I think it just goes to show that the judges are liking the critical nature of his turns. So he's got an opportunity now. He's well and truly broken that combination, and he's after a 7.2 to get into the lead, and this is his last shot at it. The hooter sounds. He's got to get back up there, and he gets swatted down. And these two have surfed together plenty of times, obviously being on the same team. But that was a nervous finish for Toledo when it looked like he was in total control.